Going a year back, we were actually working on an idea. We had no funding yet. We were working on team. I don't know if that rings any bells with people here in the audience, but we just want to give our experience, well, some of it at least, of how we actually got to the stage where we're here now. So typically, what every startup is facing is that there's these different stages that you need to go through, different levels of funding, from friends, fools and family down to VC. And we just heard from Moo about possibly the next steps. But focusing on the initial steps, we basically noticed that getting from the angel side and the accelerator program, we're part of Wayra here, moving to VC, there's a gap here which is quite difficult to fill. There's a few players, sort of the early stage VCs, but to some extent it didn't really, it's very difficult, it's not really a working market. Now a year ago we were looking at that and talking to VCs and finding out that actually we don't have enough traction, we don't have enough this and that. Actually we were just really too much early stage. The amount of money that we needed to actually build our global network, build the IT, etc., was such that we were definitely in that second bracket. We need a few 100K. So the most exciting slide is what we actually did, but I'm just going to tell it to you verbally. So we actually ended up getting a SMART grant from the Technology Strategy Board, got into the Wayra program, and then we decided to use Crowdcube. There's Crowdcube and Seedrs, I think, are the most well-known platforms here in the UK, to use Crowdcube to get the match funding that you need for the grant. So first of all, what we saw a year ago was that Crowdcube and Seedrs were typically funding projects for up to 100, 200K. And the valuations were from $500,000 to maybe maximum up to $1 million. So that was really a year up until about 6 months ago. What we've seen in recent months is that these valuations, but also the size of the funding raise, has really gone up. So we are sort of traditional at $1.5 million valuation and raising 150 to 250K. But also now, if you log on to crowdcube.com, you'll see there's actually an airline company raising $1 million. And that's definitely getting into the VC territory. So we think this is really exciting, specifically for our company. So we actually had a launch today. We launched our crowdfunding campaign. That's why James and I are a little bit tired. We did a lot of stuff. We're very excited. The most exciting thing is that these slides were made last night when a few people already put their money in. And just in the afternoon, we actually reached our funding target. So that was really fantastic. Within one day, yeah. Thanks for that. We're hoping that this is actually also the fastest funded startup on Crowdcube. See how long that takes. If you could pop it back. So actually, sort of the thing we wanted to contribute to tonight is, why will we think that happened? Is it just you put a campaign out there and then magically people will find you? We actually worked really hard before launch day, and what we did was build a community. The downloadable furniture, most of it is sold. That's actually our revenue stream, but we put a lot of effort into the freemium part, into getting people really workable, good, high quality designs and make them free to download for personal use. We did a lot of things with universities. We get a lot of people who are very excited about this space to join in and get connected with them. How we activated that is that 2 weeks ago, we actually sent out to all the people who had downloaded, that had left their email, etc. We send out a message and say, hey, we're actually going to do this, but we want you to be a part of that. We want you to own shares in the companies rather than people just in it for the return. And that response, I have to admit personally, my money was on, it's good to make a gesture, but I don't think it's really going to work. And we actually got probably half of the money that was in before the launch was really from the community. Sorry, half the money that we raised. So all the money that was in before the launch was actually from our community. So it really paid off. That was really the tiny bit of experience that we want to share today.